Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Don Nelson. It's been one of the more highly anticipated snowpack surveys in a while. Right now, the Boise River Basin sits at 128%. 6 on your side, Steve Dent went up for today's snow survey and reports that's good news for everybody.
With all this snow in the mountains, there'll be plenty of snow to fill the reservoirs when they do melt.
Ron Abramovich performs a special snow survey because at the start of February, the lack of snow posed a real concern.
The really good news is how far below average we were a month ago. We're only like 75% of average.
Now the snow water equivalent in the Boise River Basin is at 128%, the most that's grown in 1 month since 1999. And in terms of actual snowfall, February brought 75 inches to the Moores Creek summit.
And that's the biggest increase during the month of February, going back to 1942.
And while all the snow has caused headaches for travelers and the people who live in the mountains,
it's job security.
It's great news for Idaho farmers.
This February has been the most amazing February I've seen in a lot of years.
Plus, the earlier the snow comes, the easier it is for farmers to prepare for the growing season.
Especially those of us that farm water-intensive crop. We know that, everything's on the table. We'll be able to plant whatever we want.
And February will be a month that Ron Abramovich will never forget.
It's been interesting. Every day you go to work and you see how much new snow falls.
Moores Creek is already running higher than usual. And beginning next week, the Bureau of Reclamation will start releasing water from the reservoirs. And the Boise River is expected to rise to between 1,700 and 1,800 CFS by this time next week. Steve Dent, 6 on your side.
Now, the 3 reservoirs that supply Boise and the Valley with water, Anderson Ranch, Arrow Rock, and Lucky Peak, have already been filled to 54% of capacity, while the Payette River system is 62%. So, more of the news, Day's news coming up in just a second. We've been talking about it all week, waiting for this snow survey. Oh boy, we even joked about that, the pole they stick down. Will it be?
How long will that be? Get that extender on there, right? It's lots of snow has fallen up there. I'm going to break down the snowpack for the Boise Basin and zoom into that Moores Creek snow graph and show how just epic this has been, how much moisture has fallen water content wise in the last month. I'll have that coming up. But I'll tell you, the farmers are probably the happiest people because yes, they know what they can plant now because there's plenty of water, because they've got to make those decisions right now. So we'll show you that coming up in just a little bit.